here. You're ready. Welcome to my world.
Hello everybody on YouTube, it's I'm Ghost of Sparta, and I'm here with another fantastic but strange review of the Marvel's Avengers Infinity War Doctor Strange Battle on Titan edition. We're here to look at the paint apps, sculpt, articulation, and accessories. So make sure to watch the full review so that way you know you get your money's worth with this figure. Please check out the links in the description below so that way you guys support the channel and stay up to date with the channel. And make sure to hit that like button and subscribe so that way you guys can also support the channel. It's free of charge, takes about a second, so please help out the channel so that way I can expand and get to more viewers' phones and in front of their eyeballs as soon as possible. So let's take a look at those size comparisons. So we have the size comparisons right here, and you can see where he stands against, S.H Figuarts Goku, which is this is the same line that he's from, the S.H Figuarts line. We can see Marvel Legends Deadpool, the Hasbro Lightning Collection Gold Ranger, NECA Predator, and also the ImagineWorks Goku. So you can kind of see where he falls in line with. I don't have any other S.H Figuarts Marvel figures that I could think of, so I couldn't really compare them with that line. So let's get to the actual review. Here we have Doctor Strange actually in hand, and he's a very nice looking figure. Has a lot of good sculpt work. My favorite part of this is this cloth cape here. It's very detailed, has all the nice little patches here, and you have the line work done. And then we look at the reverse sides, nice checkerboard, and there is a bendy wire all the way around it, so that way you can be able to articulate it and pose it. It also has a hinge here in the back, so that way it could look like it's flowing up, and you could use it to your advantage to be able to get the nice photo or pose you're looking for. So I think that's really neat that they offered that. Now we look at the sculpt work. This has a really good likeness of Mr. Cumberbatch. I do like it. He does come with another face sculpt that will go over into the accessories, but we could see all the nice colors they use for the gray on the sides. We also have some nice sculpt work for his hair. So we can see that they put a lot of detail in it, and yeah, they really did a good job capturing the likeness of Mr. Cumberbatch. Now for the rest of his costume, or gi, or whatever you want to call it, you can see here that they did do well with the arm wrappings. We have also the time stone here, or the Eye of Agamotto, and then we also have his belt here with some nice silvers and grays, and then this is just kind of like a rubbery plastic blue. We can open this up. We can see that he still has more cloth or light plastic work here. Then we have his pants, and then we have more of his wrappings for his shoes or boots. I almost thought I had two left feet because the way this one was standing, but I don't think so. I think they're just fine. And then we also have the little cape harness here. They got the little gold details there, and then we also have the little black part right there. So I feel that they sculpted this guy pretty well to get all the details from the movie. We also have the little silver ring here. So that's really neat. I think they forgot one detail, which is his sling ring, which I would have been cool if it was either be able to attach there or if it was on one of the hands. We'll be able to look at all the accessories when it gets to it, but you could see that the paint apps I feel is a little dull. We could, now we could step to the paint apps. I feel that they're a little dull due to the fact that the blues, this is the kind of like a matte blue, and then we have a lighter blue mixed in, but it looks really dull. It doesn't look vibrant. I feel that they could have went with a darker blue, because his gi or his uniform, or I don't know what you want to call this, but his clothing that he had in the show, it looked like a much more darker blue. I want to say like a midnight blue or a royal blue, but it was darker. This kind of feels like a matte blue with the sky blue with it, and I don't think it works well. I think if they would have did like a darker blue with this color blue onto it, I think it would have worked well, instead of using like this kind of baby color blue. And then we have some more sculpt work here for his sash, which actually is pretty neat how they did that. I actually like that. Looks nice. But with all the colors and everything, this is a very nice figure. Now let's get to everybody's favorite part, the articulation. Head moves up, down, swivel, arm rotation, hinge, swivel, bend at the elbow, swivel, hinge. Waist leans back, waist leans forward, side to side, swivel, leg kicks forward, leg kicks back. We have a swivel, very strange spread, bend at the knee, swivel, swivel, hinge, toe hinge. Now that we're on the accessory portion, Doctor Strange comes with 7 pairs of hands, actually 8 pairs, because he has another pair of fisted hands that are on him inside the packaging already on the figure. Now you can see he has a plethora of different poses with his hands, a lot of different hand gestures, because that's what Doctor Strange was all about. So, you know, we have his kind of like him pinching his fingers together, open palms. He has some further open palms, relaxed hands. We also have a sword holding hand. Once I get to those accessories, you'll see what I mean. And then we have other finger gestures, obviously. The ones right here I want you to kind of look at or pay attention to is the ones right here in the middle, because they actually have like a little peg piece, and that's used for one of his other effect pieces, which I'll go over in a little bit. So those are the hands you get with the figure, so you're able to get any kind of pose or you know, hand gesture that you need with Doctor Strange, because he has a plethora of crazy hand gestures just being in his character alone. Okay, so here's his other accessories that he comes with. He has these effect pieces, obviously, you know, from the movie, where he's able to open up, you know, things with his sling ring or use his binding spells and things like that. So obviously we could see that the green ones are for when he uses the time stone. Now I did lose a piece. I'm losing this one. Comes with 2 of these little green ones. So when I was actually trying to film this review, I accidentally dropped it, and I have no idea where it is in my studio right now because of how small it is. So you can see that they all go on his wrist or his forearm by unplugging the arms, and it's pretty easy. This one here will plug into that one palm hand that has the peg, as you see here, so that way it could fit on there, and you can make it look like he's using the time ring or the time stone, sorry. So you can see there it plugs on, fits snug, and then you could just plug this into the wrist as such. Wow, my camera's just trying not to focus on it. So you can see that there it's plugged in nice, firm, and secure. And then to take it out, you just kind of give it a little wiggle without trying to break the accessory itself, and then it just pops out. Same thing with these have the same concept. You just plug it in into the palm, and then you're able to plug this into the wrist, and then you should be good to go. Just make sure it's lined up right. Don't be like me right now. They couldn't do it. There we go. Boom. And it's in. So pretty easy. So that's pretty neat that they offered these other effects. And there's one more that's really big, and it's the portal that you get, so you can have this behind him or in front of him like he's opening it, and it's huge, and it comes with 2 little plastic stands, and it should pretty much be used for any diorama that you would like to use. He also comes with these orange pieces, so that way he's making his bindings. Once again, these will go on his forearms, these will go on his wrist, and then just take off the figure's hand and then slide them in. Nothing too crazy or complicated. The amount of accessories this guy comes with, it just doesn't stop. So we have these last 2 pieces of accessories, or excuse me, 3 pieces of accessories. We have when he's on the Battle of Titan, and he's actually looking through all the possibilities of what could happen with battling Thanos. You could put this on his chest by removing this right here, the stone of Agamotto, and then this will just plug right in, and then you could pose him like he's floating with his legs crossed. Let me see if I can get it lined up right for you. Oops. There we go. So there we go. So we got it plugged in. It fits securely, and then that's what you would use the other green pieces to put on his forearm, and then to make it look like he's, you know, floating in the air, trying to look at all the different possibilities of fighting Thanos. And so he has a little peg hole there, and then this just pegs right back in. No big deal. Make sure it's level, so that way it doesn't look weird and people don't call you a true fan. And then he has these other 2 pieces, which is the sword that he makes when fighting Thanos. Sorry, I'm kind of moving around because I dropped one of the hands. So you have this here, and it looks really neat. It has like all the little bindings and detail that they did in the movie, and it's a nice pointy sword. This actually hurts, so just be very, very careful though, because it does feel brittle. The fact that it's a translucent plastic, so any slight bend could crack it or even break it, especially when putting this in the actual hand, because he does have a hand that actually holds it. He actually has 2 of them, because you can use his left or right hand. It actually has a hole in there, and then you want to slide it in gently, you know, super gently. Just, you know, don't force it, just let it go in, and then boom, you'll have no problem. And then the last hand accessory he comes with is this, where he binds Thanos with all those red ropes, or red vines as I like to call them, and this just plugs into his wrist, and then you can pose him as such. So it's really nice that they gave us all these crazy accessories with this figure. And now let's go to the head sculpt. So the last accessory he comes with is his head sculpt, where he has his eyes closed, and this is just used for when he's going through all the different possibilities with the time stone. So this is just something you can put on and have him displayed with his eyes closed, and you can use it for other poses and other things like that. Shoot, you can even have it look like he's sleeping. But the detail on this is really nice, and I really like the fact that they got the sculpt work to actually look like Mr. Cumberbatch. It looks really nice. So with all that being said, we went through everything else. Let's go through my final thoughts. Here are my final thoughts on the figure. I really enjoyed this figure. I feel that the paint was a little lackluster for the sculpt work that they put into it. And I love the fact that it comes with a bunch of accessories. The accessories is what's making this figure for me. Feel kind of sad that I lost a piece, but that's the point of these figures. You got to make sure you have, you know, a special spot to open them and you don't lose a piece. But you know, that's my own gripe. I love all the hands. I love all the accessories. I love the cloth cape. All those things are great. The sculpt work on the head sculpt for Mr. Cumberbatch looks phenomenal. Super fantastic. You can't get better than that. So this figure is definitely something to pick up. I give it an 8 out of 10. The only reason why I didn't get like a perfect 10 out of 10 is just because of the paint work they used for the rubbery plastic bits on the sculpt work and on his body. And I feel like, why didn't they just give us the Stone Hagimoto like out of the little holder? That would have been nice too. But that's just a small little gripe, nothing too crazy. So let me know what you guys thought of this figure in the comments below. I would really like to hear your thoughts. Also, please like this video and subscribe and hit the bell icon so that way you guys don't miss any further new videos or reviews that come up. So I appreciate everybody, and I'll see everybody on the next review.